It is kind of early, Claudia's still asleep, so excuse my whispering. Right, I have packed all of the bags that we need to take to the hospital with us. Onesies for the girls. I've got various vests. We have little squares of fabric that we keep in our clothes and that they have in their incubators, and then we swap them around. They're looking for Claudia's smell, and we also want them to learn what Rupert and I smell like as well. I mean, I was going to make reference to dogs there. I think like dogs can smell when someone's family. Babies can smell when people are related. They really like Claudia's sister. She smells a lot like her, I'm sure. And then of course, must pack snacks. Hospital food, not brilliant. And we can't really, otherwise it's just vending machines with crisps. Fruit is a really good thing to take in, and protein bars. And then even though Claude and I are spending all of our days at the hospital, and Rupert is very fortunately still in school, and is doing lots of play dates after school, so that we are spending most of our time, our whole day at the hospital, and then coming back and really just seeing him for a little bit in the evening before he goes to bed. We still take things there for him to do so that he can play games whenever he comes to visit, and he has things that make him feel like it's more homely here there as well, and it's a place that he's welcome. And then toiletries for ourselves as well. We've been really careful with our toiletries, especially wanting to use a lot of natural things and things that don't have very strong smells, because we're doing skin to skin care with the girls, and we don't want anything strongly perfumed or with too many chemical, gentle, natural, lovely things. Hello. Welcome back to the hospital.
Yeah, we've tried to find some nice lighting in front of a window. It's very hard to find nice lighting in a hospital. It really is. Also, there's always like a background hum of electricity and air vents.
Monitors.
Yeah. I mean, the girls had their hearing test today, and they had to the audiologist had to turn off all the plugs because there was too much noise and interference. And I was like, yeah, I can hear the plugs all the time. No comment on
Maybe
that.
just something like you, man. So if you're just joining us, maybe you haven't watched a few videos for a while. Hi, we had the babies. She had the babies. The babies are out.
Yeah, you're pointing at my tummy. It's not like
they're not there.
And also,
they're over there.
I would like to also say that I've had several people say, "Are you pregnant?" And it's kind of awkward. And I realised, and I never got that with Rupert. And then I realised it's because whenever I left the house or was out postpartum, Rupert was with me. So it was people would obviously just had a baby. But now I'm walking around still in my maternity clothes with no baby. So obviously, fair enough, I look pregnant.
Yeah. So our girls were born at 33 weeks. We are still in the hospital.
The girls are currently in their little crib behind us. Right now, we are what they call rooming in, where we are put in a little bedsit room, basically, that's at the end of the ward. They've been they're off all their monitors, and it's kind of a halfway house between the hospital and your own home. It's
testing to see.
Yeah. They say it's not to test us, and it's just to make sure we're confident. But I think the nurses are testing us, aren't they?
I think they are.
Because they said they want to measure the weight of the girls to see if they actually fed properly in the night. And things
they're checking to see if they put on weight and left in our care.
And they also want to make sure that we're waking up at night time to feed the babies and stuff. The point is, my boobs know what time it is, okay? They wake me up 10 minutes before my alarm goes off because they're like, whoa, we're really full.
It's lots.
It's like my body thinks I've had quadruplets.
Yeah. Although, of course, adult skin is also something we should think about protecting, which is why I love that for this video I have partnered with Wild, which is basically the most perfect sponsor ever since we're using it anyway. Wild is a natural aluminum-free deodorant that is kind to sensitive skin and to the planet. No harsh ingredients, no single-use plastic, just beautifully subtle scents and gentle nourishment that keeps you feeling like you, even when your life feels anything but ordinary. Claudia's favourite scent is the coconut and vanilla, and I really like the fresh cotton and sea salt. We kind of challenged each other to find the ones that we thought smelled most like the other person, because we wanted to smell like ourselves so that the babies would know what we smell like, which means I like hers the best because it smells like her. They have a whole variety of different reusable cases. Mine is pink, and we got our names engraved on them just in case we couldn't tell from the colours. It's the little things right now. Refilling them couldn't be easier. Just wind your case right down, slide the bottom out of your case. Remove the used refill and slot new refill into position. Push bottom back into your case. Twist up and use. Click the link in the description or use this lovely QR code here. And then when you use the code Jessie and Claude 20, you get 20% off all products for a limited time only. So jump on it right now. Good for you, whether you're a NICU parent or just thinking of trying something new.
Hello and welcome to day 14 of our babies being in the NICU, or the NICU. It's been 2 weeks and I'm still kind of unsure about how we are meant to be pronouncing that. Either way, they're doing really, really great. They are both now in a shared cot. They're breathing room air. Feeding is growing really great, and we have all of the bags ready because we still bring in masses of bags every day. They're using their own muslins and clothes from home, so we then take them home at the end of the day and do all of their laundry, which somehow means that we'd stay up very late doing laundry after we've done looking after Rupert in the evenings and dinner and giving him all of our love and attention and telling him that yes, we definitely do love him even when we are in the hospital with his baby sisters. And then we get up early, take him to where he needs to be, and then we're back here every day. So let's go and see the girls.
And I wake up every 3 hours to pump. So I'm already feeling the newborn stages of sleep deprivation, even though we've got no newborns at our actual home.
Just came into the parents' room of the NICU unit, and it has all these lovely things stocked by this lovely charity. And for some reason that makes me want to cry. Oh yeah, no, okay. I'm gonna cry. Never mind. Hot but easy food, because it's hard to remember to eat when you have babies in crisis. They even have super noodles and pot noodles and cup of soup. Claudia is choosing her lunch. She's very excited by this. Hot noodle.
I have to say, I've not had these things since my university days.
Yeah, now
Bombay bad boy.
Ooh, now you're a NICU parent, so you know,
spicy.
time for hot noodle.
This one's called Bachelor's.
Oh.
Bachelor's super noodles.
Yum.
Fiery chili and lime. No.
Is it going to be good or awful?
Chicken and mushroom could be quite nice. Should I try a chicken and mushroom?
Things up there. I guess it's more breakfasty.
It's probably more nutritional, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. That's golden syrup. I do like a golden syrup one. What's this one? Chicken and mushroom noodles.
Today is also a very exciting day because it is their original 36 weeks cesarean day.
Yeah. The original due date they would have had.
Their 40-week due date would have been in July,
and they were never predicted to make that because they're twins, and twins always have to be delivered earlier.
They're identical twins. They share a placenta.
So they were meant to be delivered at 36 weeks, or just around that, 36 and a bit, which would have been like today. But instead, we've graduated to the rooming in room, and they're actually nearly 3 weeks old.
Yeah. So we have been living in the hospital, but not really. Because
it's like we've been doing 7-day shifts back to back, because we get to the hospital at like 9:30 a.m. after we drop Rupert off at school, and then
we take care of
you
the girls.
normally leave and pick Rupert up from school, and so you leave at like 3 o'clock to go get Rupert from school, and then does his dinner and bath and blah blah blah, and then I stay here until about 6:30 to do as many feeds with them I can in the day, because I've been breastfeeding. And then I leave so that I can get home for Rupert's bedtime and also get some sleep myself, because you can't sleep
Yes.
here at the hospital.
But Rupert is very emotionally charged at the moment, I think is a fair way to put it. He's very excited about having sisters. He's very happy to have sisters.
But
he just hates the hospital.
Yeah, he very much wants
absolutely hates it.
us to be a family of 5 at home, babies at home, which is like fair enough. That's kind of what you imagine, what you expect.
I also hate hospitals. I fully understand. But yes, I've accidentally passed on. It's not me. I haven't passed on my hatred of hospitals to him. He has grown his own hatred of hospitals. It's blossomed within him, and yeah, he hates it here. So when I get home, he's very. I mean, I'm not pleased about the fact that Mummy and his sisters aren't there.
It's not because the hospital is bad. Like, the nurses are lovely. The ward is really calm. I think that's the issue. Like, the ward is like calm and quiet, but there's a lot of busyness in terms of nurses coming in and out. There's other parents there with their babies. Yeah. And there's a lot of like rules. You can't make too much noise, you can't run, you can't touch that, you can't touch this, you got to wash your hands. So there's a lot of like...
have his shoes on.
I think there's quite a lot of like no's to him, and it's a small room, so I think he's just felt really like, and he's got a lot of big feelings that he feels like he can't express.
Yeah.
With all these like
and
rules.
He expresses his feelings by dancing, which is delightful when you have space. So,
yes. I mean, he was dancing and putting his legs into the air really close to his sister's face, like when he was sat on a chair, like when he tried to do some break dancing in a chair, basically, next to him whilst I was trying to feed his sister. And then obviously if you say like, Rupert, be careful, then it just triggers him and he's like,
and it's upsetting for him because he's like, I am being careful of my sister. I'm just also showing her my moves to express it's been our shared annoyance of being here.
It's been quite hard work trying to like juggle the priorities of like looking after Rupert and making sure his like welfare is like cared for and he's happy and settled. I mean, almost like feels like almost like more important, because the girls, it's more about their like growth and developments, like
physical needs.
Yeah, like they're being fed, their temperatures are regulated, and
there's some things that we can't meet.
Yeah, I was going to say, like,
we can't do.
And they need their mums, but also a lot of their needs right now can be met by the nurses, which is what they were doing overnight. But a lot of the needs Rupert has cannot be met by anyone but us.
Mm. And in fact, it is detrimental to have someone else attempt to do those needs for him.
Yeah. So it's just been a bit of a juggling act already. I'm just hoping when we get home, it will level out.
I think that this might be naive of me, but I think it will be easier to have at least the 3 of them under one roof, because the travelling back and forth is killing us.
I mean, it's also like
so tired.
It's also Rupert's half term from school, so he's on break this week, which is kind of bad timing, because like we've got to like we're going to bring the girls home tomorrow if we pass the test of tonight, and like he's just going to be there.
Although maybe it's not bad timing, because then we just all get to be in like a loving bubble together.
Yeah, without having to like do the rush of school run and getting him ready for school, and then to be fair, he could.
There's no external.
Yeah, that's true. And also we're not like he's not like feeling like he's getting pushed out to go to school when we're staying at home with his sisters.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't think he would want to go.
Yeah.
But then come Monday, he'll be like, Jesus, take me to school. Bless your daddy.
It was very sweet. On the way in this morning, we put the car seats in ready for the girls, and like we haven't got our new car yet, which has got 7 seats and with isofixers in the back. We've still got our like 5-seater car, so we've had to like put the 2 baby seats in the middle, and then Rupert's travel seat, which is skinnier than his normal seat, in the middle of that. So there's all still a 5-point harness seat and everything, but like it's a skinny one. So he's there between these 2 baby seats, but he was like so pleased about it, and then he was like pretending that they were in there, and he was like, Mummy, Mama, the babies are crying. They need some milk. Give me the bottles. He's like, Mummy, Theodora's too hot. You need to take her clothes off. And we were like, we just went along with it, because we were like, we've worked out we just need to encourage him and praise him and not say no. And if he wants to change a nappy, even if they've literally just had a nappy change, we're going to just say, that's fine, let's do it.
Indeed. And if he accidentally trails something on the floor, what are we going to do, Claudia?
Yeah, not do what I did yesterday. He had a big meltdown yesterday, and I had to carry him out of the ward, kicking and screaming, which is like really, we never
so
do that.
rare for him. So rare.
And it really
for
goes
him.
against how we don't like to parent like that. We don't like to just use our physical.
Never. But unfortunately, in some situations, you have to, because it's not about, oh, I feel embarrassed by
he was
my child having a meltdown in a supermarket. It is, this is quiet time, and there are premature babies here trying to develop.
Yeah.
And you are actively disturbing that. So. Yeah, I think to give yourself some grace, though,
I was anxious because I was like...
We are very anxious because we are going through a new situation with premature babies.
And there's two of them.
Sure. I don't think the two of them thing is what makes me so anxious, so much as they're being like, they should still be in a womb. Like, they're not even meant to be out. They're definitely not in a womb. No, they're still out. Well, but they are really small. They don't have developed immune systems. They don't have all of that ready yet. So we are, of course, going to be hyper vigilant.
Also, I think when you're in a hospital,
concerned.
I think when you're also in a hospital setting, it probably does make you a bit more anxious about like cleanliness and things. When you're at home, we'll probably be more relaxed about it.
Which is so weird because the hospital is very clean.
And we're filming through, we're using the window, and there's like literally a nurse across over there just staring, just wondering, why are we just talking into the window?
Maybe she thinks we're staring at her.
It's like, I'm pretty sure that's the rooming in room for the special care. What are they doing staring out the window? Better report them to the ward.
So just to be clear though, Rupert does not have a meltdown every time he comes. That's definitely not been the case. And the doctors and nurses are really lovely with him, and he's had some nice times doing little activities. He enjoyed handing out cakes, and he had a little birthday. It happened to be his birthday whilst the sisters have been in here.
Yeah, so we picked him up from school early that day, had a half day, and he came over and saw his sisters. We had a little cuddle with Theodora.
Yeah, opened presents from his sisters.
We got him a balloon, a number 4 helium balloon, and we had a little table in the girls' room, and we filled it with presents that were from his sisters, and a little card that said like, "Big brother.
So excited to play with you."
And he'd written in it, and he was like really happy.
Yeah. And the ward gave him some presents as well.
Yeah, it was so cute. They gave him
really
a little card
sweet.
and some Lego.
And a book.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
And then we went to Nando's, which is like his favourite English food. He calls it his English food.
Yeah.
He says English Nando's. He's like, I want to have English Nando's. I will just clarify, we have had Nando's in Malaysia before, and it is quite different. So he's like, not Malaysian Nando's, English Nando's.
Not Asian spice Nando's.
Yeah.
English spice Nando's. Yeah. We do not have the heart to tell him what English spice is. Nothing.
I asked him, what do you think English food is? And he went, I said, do you like chips? And he's like, no, not chips. I was like, what's English food? Then he went, roast chicken. I was like, that's true.
We'll give him that one. Yeah.
I don't know what else he thinks is English food. He doesn't eat that much English food, because like we have like a lot of Asian food.
I'm thinking to Granddad's stodgy food.
But talking of food, this is our hospital food that we got served tonight.
When you room in, you get hospital food.
I had both of the foods because we weren't here when they came and took the. We were with Rupert, and so we were not in the room or the ward. So they gave us like jacket potato with beans, which you don't eat, and macaroni cheese with peas, which you don't eat. So I ate both because I've got to have the calories. I'm making all the milk. And I don't mind hospital food.
Milk for many, many babies, apparently.
And what did you have? Oh, you're going to have some sushi that we have left over for lunch.
This is our lunch right now. It's beautiful in the family room.
There are obviously so many negatives to NICU, the whole thing, the whole experience. But I think one really specific positive thing for us that we feel very cheered by is that they are twins, is that the girls have each other, because when we go home at the end of the day, they are together. They're not alone.
When you walk past the other babies that are just in these little cots on their own, I do feel for them. I thought, oh, that must be just so much more heartbreaking for the parents leaving them, because they're like used to having the sounds of their parents' voices and their home around them when they were in utero, and then suddenly there's not really that much sound.
No.
It's nice that they're like, oh, it's nice to be quiet, so that helps with their neurodevelopment and growth, but it's but actually I feel like the babies are probably used to having lots of sounds around them and hearing their mummy's voice and stuff.
Definitely.
And even though when our girls are left on their own, it's not like their sound, but they have each other's breathing and just another warm body next to them.
So we lie them down face.
Sorry.
Rachel's just finished crumpling.
Well, I bought a bag of salad in because
She's trying to be healthy.
I'm having a pot noodle.
We lie them down face to face and then let them just smash each other in the face a bit. Which, it's true, we do. Which gives them that nice points of reference, because they get to be like, oh yeah, oh it's you, you're back. Oh good, that's nice. And if we do put them down, just, the first one goes down in the incubation, then you're changing the other one, and then you put the other one in. While the first one's there alone, they're like, where is she? Where's she gone? Oh, where's that nose I like to suck on?
I definitely notice they settle when they're both together.
Yeah. So that's what we'll be doing. From here on out, squish them.
Okay, that was just another parcel being delivered. I've got a Ring doorbell, and every time we can see oh, there's a package. Are they going to leave it? Quick.
Yeah, a surprising number of baby things we did not have ready.
And they're all being delivered whilst we've been at the hospital every day, so there's been no one there to receive them. It's been a bit of a... Anyway,
baby names. So yes, now you know that our lovely girls are called Augusta and Theodora.
Yeah.
And yes, we did know in the womb which was which. It was not the case of who came out
yes,
first.
And we were very specific about making sure the surgeon and the whole theatre staff didn't get them mixed up at birth.
Oh yeah.
Because interestingly, the maternity, so antenatal care, name your twins 1 and 2 based on which one is closer to your cervix as number 1, because they would be the one who comes out first when you have a vaginal delivery.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have a cesarean, that's usually the one they take out first too. So they label them 1 and 2.
Yes.
But that numbering system can change when they're born, depending on actually how they're removed or how they're birthed.
Yeah, because when they are actually born, they then name whichever one comes out first.
Yeah. So we had to make sure that
2.
we were twin 1 is on my left and twin 2 is on my right. So we don't care how they're born, just make sure that they stay like that so we don't get them mixed up because we've named them. And for those who are interested, we're not saying who came out first because we've been told by lots of twin people, including a identical twin paediatric doctor who has looked after the girls himself, and he said that it's always caused an issue between him and his twin knowing who came out first. Even though he was the one who was born first, he says it's given his brother a complex.
That he wasn't.
Yeah, first. And he says and it's all, people always ask who was born first, who was number 1, and it's so true because I had a couple of friends text me saying oh, who came out first? And I'm like, really? That's your first question? It doesn't matter. It doesn't make one of them a higher rank or something.
No.
And and what was really lovely is because obviously they were born by C-section, and they were both so keen to come out. They were actually born within.
They pretty much burst their way out.
They were born in the same minute. So on their birth certificate, on their registration discharge thing, whatever, it says that they were both born at 1:20 p.m.
Yeah.
Because they were both born at 1:20 p.m. So we will tell the girls that they were both born at exactly the same time. Well, I don't think we're really...
Who was born first? You both were?
Yeah, they just came out together.
You both did?
Just popped out.
Yeah.
To be fair, the surgeon said they pretty much went like that. So...
Yeah. Just one was a bum and one was a head.
Yeah. It will just be something we know, and we don't need anyone else to know, because then if someone goes, are you the older twin? Be like, I don't know.
Who's to say? We have an older brother.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear them, but they're starting to wake up. So we should probably get to them and feed them and change their nappies, and we got this. that was doing it. It was terrible.
That wasn't that synchronised.
Right.
Twin mums.
That was good.
I love you. Thank you so much, everyone, for all of your support and
Keep it
being
coming,
there
because we will
for
need
us.
it for the
Yeah,
next
my gosh, keep it coming.
We'll need it for the next 12 months, if not longer.
12 months.
I'm fully prepared that the next 12 months are going to be quite hard.
We're going to be in the twin trenches for a while. Yeah. We may come up from air occasionally to clap when you see us.
And we might occasionally post on Instagram when we can.
Yeah. At Jessie and Claude. We'll see you there. Good morning. We did it. We made it through the night. It was pretty good, actually. Pretty good night. And the girls have just been weighed. They are now both over 4 pounds. Incredible. Incredible. Theodora had the biggest weight loss, so she started out at 4.1 pounds and then dropped all the way down to just above 3 pounds and then has been put on fortifier, so she has done amazingly. And now after 2 weeks on the fortifier, she is back to 4.8 pounds, so way over her birth weight even. She's doing incredibly. And Augusta is also over the 4 pound mark, and she is now 4.1 herself. So here we are. We're gonna put these babies in these car seats and then take them home. We're doing it. We're going home. We did it. We are actually driving away from the hospital with 2 babies in the car. Not that you can see them because they're behind our seats and in baby car seats, and they're just blobs in there. So you're gonna have to take our word for it. There are actually 2 babies in this car. Oh my goodness. I'm very proud of us.
We should be. Should be proud of us.
I'm very proud of you. Those babies were in there not that long ago.
No, I've got this C-section cushion to so I feel more confident doing an emergency brake, because it's not obviously been 6 weeks. But it doesn't really, my section is fine. It's healed so much better than it did with Rupert.
You have actually had a miraculous recovery.
Yeah.
In many ways. You're doing so much better. I think partly that is the feeling of, oh my goodness, we just got to go, we just got to do it.
Yeah.
We just have to be there. We have to be at the hospital every day. We have so much to do. We have to get on with it. Whereas with Rupert, we were like able to just be more chill and be in the house, and concentrate on just birth, new parenthood.
Well, there's also the element of, when we brought Rupert home, I'd only spent 2 nights in the hospital, and then I had to basically breastfeed him like every 3 hours or more. Whereas I had 5 nights in the hospital, and then we've basically had 3 weeks where I haven't been able to spend the night with them. So I've had where I haven't been picking them up and breastfeeding them all night.
Yeah.
So,
also, to start with, they were only able to be touched every 6 hours.
Yeah, and they had to be tube fed. So
there wasn't much we could do.
They've come a long way.
They have. They are 4 pounds. We are taking them home.
Right.
It's incredible.
What's that one called?
Theodora.
Yeah.
So that's Theodora.
That's right.
Yeah, this one is this one.